Hey guys, welcome back to the Podtail Podcast. I'm your host and founder of the Podtail Podcast, Edmond Orenge. Today we're going to talk about is Valentine's important and everything surrounding it. I think it's close, Valentine's is close, and I have my panelists here. I think they'll introduce themselves, what they do, and we'll begin from there. So start from our far right, Pale.
Yes. Hello, people. My name is Dash. I'm a glorified photographer. I am a podcaster. I have a podcast. It's been dormant for a while, but it will be coming back soon. It's called The Regular Podcast. I'm also an actor, a film actor, and a thespian. That means a stage actor. So I'm so excited to be here. I hope it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
My name is Johnny Isaiah. I sing for food. Apart from that, I have a band, and we've just recently opened a music school as well. So yeah, I play gigs around Eldoret, which is where I reside. I've released an album. I'm a forever upcoming artist. So yeah, Najaribu.
Yeah.
Hello guys, my name is Stacy Unia. Yeah, I'm a counselor. Yeah, and I live in Eldoret. Oh, a Kenyan citizen also. Very important. Yeah, because we'll pay taxes.
Yeah, so karibu sana
Yeah.
to this set, and I think Johnny Sai is one of our partners with the Calista band, and also himself he's a brand. Unia was in our last set, the first episode of season 8. Also is new, Dash is new, so karibuni sana.
Thank
So we're going
you.
to tackle Valentine's. Is Valentine's important and everything surrounding it? So we're going to begin, as I always say, so that our audience will learn step by step. What is Valentine's? Start by our lady Joko Pekake.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. What do you understand by the
Take
term
advantage of the
Valentine's?
privilege. Okay, so Valentine's has a historical commemoration. Like it started in the ancient Christian times. Yeah, it was honoring a saint called Valentine. So over the years, it has been celebrated to honor love and romantic gestures throughout the whole world. So it is a recognized day and event. Yeah, so I think it's important.
Mr. Isaiah?
I everything she has said up to I think it's important. I don't think it's important. I think yeah, it's a commercial holiday
Yeah.
for people to make money.
Definitely.
In terms of, because I don't know, I feel like human beings, we like to attach meaning to the meaningless. So I think Valentine's a my opinion. I think it's a meaningless holiday that imefosiwa, because I think she has very well described the history of the day, of Valentine's Day, and it has nothing to do with what we do nowadays,
Yeah.
No one is talking about Saint Valentine as a matter, like as someone
True.
who died for his faith. Instead, we gift each other and give each other roses, which I don't really think relate with the history of the day. So, because of that, I think it's not important.
Mr. Dash?
Okay, everything they have said up to mpaka pale amesema where we give each other roses, which I think we don't give each other roses. We give them roses.
Or the ladies.
Yes, we as the men give the ladies roses. So I take the day as a business day. It's a day for men to lose money and other men to make money, and women to benefit from the transactions. So other men spend money, other men receive the money, and the women benefit. They feel nice. I don't know how the men benefit thereafter. It's always a secret, but yeah.
For me, I think Valentine's is important in the Gen Z category, because unapata, but it's benefiting women or ladies or girls sana. I did a survey whereby I asked some of my friends, the men, what do you expect for Valentine's? You see, so kitu walikuwa nasema ni I expect to maybe buy my girlfriend something nini. There's no returning back to the guy, you see. So I think it's important to the ladies now, not for the men.
Well, I slightly differ. On the commercial sense, it is important because you find the man, in most cases, if not all, because nowadays we are a bit modernized with the relationship. So you find a woman can take a man out very rarely,
Very.
for Valentine especially. So it's basically a female, focused holiday. But I feel like men do benefit. Tutaki kusema lakini tunajua if you're a man and you've invested in ABCD ways on that day, at the end of the at least
But the question is it always a guarantee that you will
if it's not,
you
then
will
I
get-
think you're not wise as a man, because I think every man who invests, and I'm not what's the word I'm looking for, I'm not judging men who invest in Valentines, but I think for most men who I've seen investing in Valentines, they always have an agenda
Yeah.
that by the time usiku inaisha, I'll be happy. So I think if you're a man and you're not thinking like that,
It's transactional.
then you're not very wise.
Let
I
me
think it's
just
very
throw a
transactional.
random question out there. Suppose you have been dating this woman for, I don't know, the past 3 years, 4 years. And whatever you think she will give you, she has already given you.
Yeah,
It's never the first experience
exactly.
in that case. So, is it really still important to you like that?
Yes, because you find, okay, I'm assuming the example you have brought is like a marriage setup. Eh? People hardly, can I say sex?
Yeah.
People hardly have sex when they're married. Like, because, the life of married people, once you have kids, kila mtu anafanya kazi yake, it's like kutafuta pesa, kujenga nyumba na kufanya nini. But as a man and a woman, I'm doing something special for you. At the end of the day, you will have sex. And okay, then also now there's the flip side. Yeah, I think if it were up to me, Valentine's would be exclusive for people who are married, because then Valentine's itakuwa that day when you can reignite your spark. Because that spark, I think it wins. You will fade out if you are married. So for a married couple, Valentine's makes sense. But for Washirati, we know you.
advantage of
How
it.
dare
We know
you?
what you want. We know your agendas.
So I think Valentine's is to celebrate each other
Yes.
as a couple.
Should be.
As a couple.
Yeah, sindio?
It should be, yes.
It should be.
Yeah.
It's quite transactional.
But it is.
It is right now.
It is. Okay, even to celebrate each other, it is. Because even in a marriage kind of setup, it's the man who will take the woman out, and it's the woman who will, make him happy at the end of the evening. You get? So there's always a transaction.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. For me, it's not important because of that, because it's just transactional. It's a transactional holiday.
Okay, in my opinion, just to be brief, naeza sema I cannot really blame the men that do whatever they have to do for Valentine's, because when you are getting into a relationship, both of you deep down know, hata kama hamta discuss, both of you deep down you know that you have roles in the
Yeah.
relationship, and for you to have roles, it means that one of you has to be the leader in that relationship,
Which is
and
the
for you
man.
to have the leadership role, you have to take responsibility of the
I have to differ on that.
no, just wait
the-
for
on
me
the-
to make
on
the
the-
point. Eh?
He has
But
not made the point.
I have not
Okay.
made the
Okay.
point. So, in the relationship, it is always expected of the man to be the provider, right? Sisi
Yes.
kama wanaume, we don't ask for much in a relationship. That's what I usually tell all the ladies I'm going out with. I don't ask for much. All I want is some prettiness, I don't know, some peace of mind and sex.
Exactly.
That's all I have to ask. But the lady in return, she has to look for a man that is strong, a man that is confident, a man that is
Gangster,
financially intellect. You know, they have this long list of things they are looking for. But so one of the things that that the women are looking for from us is that financial stability. That comes out now ikifika siku ya Valentines, because now inafaa sasa you come out to your role as a man and provide that nini, like dem aone kweli ako na msee mwenye anaweza mspoil. But sisi we don't expect the same from women. Unaona, exactly. Wewe ukidate dem we expect dem mwenye atakuspoil. That's why it's never we don't expect much from ladies. Tukipata socks sisi tuko sawa. And at the end of the day tukuje tusome katiba bas.
And I agree.
Tunabaki na amani.
I have to differ kwa point alimake up where sometimes men wanna lead relationship. For me I think it's everyone's role in a relationship to lead. A lady can
So
lead.
just after before
In
we
terms of
let me
what?
just
In
throw you
terms
this
of what?
quick question. Do you think 50-50 relationships work?
No, they don't.
they don't work.
Then you are
So
contradicting
explain.
yourself.
No, I'm saying leadership.
No, you can't have two
Define
leaders.
leadership.
Yeah.
Leadership is in a relationship point of view
Yeah.
is sometimes I cannot lead all of the time. Unaona? Sometimes you can lead.
Aje.
Nikuwa mgonjwa.
So explain sasa.
Sasa nikuwa mgonjwa, you can lead the relationship.
Uh-huh.
When like let's say nimefutwa job, so you can lead the relationship. Ama utaniacha juu nimefutwa job.
What do you mean?
Hapana.
What do you mean when you
Like
say
you're not
lead?
clear enough. It's not leadership.
Because you have
That's
to define
leadership.
what
It's not. That's me just taking care of
That's
you.
that's you
'Cause
leading the
you're
relationship.
provider. Providers need people to take care of them. That's your role as a man, and it's me as a role as a lady.
What if you marry someone who you're earning more than your husband?
We have to sit down and have that discussion.
Say that's you leading.
It's not me
it's not,
leading.
because even in
Joe,
me I would say
ikisema we are having that discussion, inamaanisha you're pulling your strings together and pulling mine for us to understand how we're going to go through with this.
That's leadership.
It's not leadership.
actually it is.
It is.
I think it is,
It
but
is.
that relationship, that scenario is
Haitaka.
doomed to fail. Yeah,
haitaka.
because I think it's just the way relationships are designed in terms of a man and a man. You have to lead.
Yeah, you have to lead.
Yeah,
I know that.
And a woman, of course, controversial. Don't bash me in the
But
comments.
it's true.
You have to submit,
Yes.
and it's the understanding of those two words that make people, want to have differing opinions. But it's the way relationships are. Because when I say a woman should submit, I don't mean be my slave. I mean, kuna vitu zenye, like nurturing a home.
Yeah.
A man, a man, if you're in a relationship and a man is nurturing the home, watoto watakuwa
So
traumatized.
feminism imefanya women to think that submission
They can
is a
do it.
very
It's
bad
Ni
thing.
equality.
It's not a bad
Ni
thing.
equality.
actually.
We don't need equality. We need,
You
Everyone just needs to understand their rules.
and just play them along.
Okay,
Yes.
let
But
me ask another
to
question.
switch roles in a
Let me ask another question. What has the role of commercializing the Valentines impacted us as youths or people?
it has make us gone broke first of all because kwa mfano kama sahi I am a hustling youth. Mimi ni hustler. I don't have money in the bank for just to be sending my girl, I don't know.
Umefinya laptop?
Nafinya laptop nafinya bado tunajaribu tuangalie, but kuna that situation whereby nasikia a man just randomly sends a girl, I don't know, nimechoka, like unapata mwanaume anaambia tu dem, nimechoka kufikiria, just take this 20,000, go buy whatever you want, me don't know what to get you. Unaona, so sisi hatuko hapo. So commercializing Valentine's Day inafanya some of us suffer because
But
we
I
don't have
think
the
you have to
capabilities
be
yet.
that extravagant as you're explaining it.
And
You just do
yet,
within your means.
and yet,
Demi yako atakuelewa. Unless you are
maybe yes, maybe not, but why take the chance?
Well, I agree with both of you, because in that scenario where demu wake amemwelewa, mimi naweza kupeleka the fanciest kibanda. Tumekuwa tukikula kwa vibanda lakini hii ndo the fanciest.
Magis.
Maggies. We upgrade to Maggies.
No offense to Maggies.
We love Maggies. Maggies is home. Like upgrade umempeleka Maggies na demu yako anaelewa, but at the same time tuseme demu wako unfortunately ni mrembo na kuna mubaba hapa nje anaendesha, yani yeye hiyo 20,000 hiyo ni pocket change, hiyo ni yani so ku spend your dough, it's not really a struggle, you get. So I feel like commercializing it has had, because I feel if you were to give someone, it's the thought that should count, as you said.
Yeah.
Like msee anafaa kupokea gift akielewa situation yenye huko, but unfortunately pia siku hizi kidogo hiyo extravagance imeenda imekuwa too much, because like you're saying unapata hustler sisi unafuliza, unachukua hustler fund, unachukua loan, unampeleka Dubai ama sijui unampeleka wapi, yani unampeleka unamtreat yani ile proper
to the best of your abilities
and beyond. Alafu sasa unarudi umesota
until you call your boys nirushie power hapo,
alafu unarudi umesota. So hapo kwa situation kama hiyo I don't think that makes sense, you know, but that's the state we are in, because right now especially with social media unaona mimi demu yangu nimemnunulia gari, sijui boy wangu nimemnunulia sijui nini, wewe sasa uko na socks hapo, sijui nani nimemfanyia nini. So kuna hiyo sense ya competition of which na feel that's where the commercializing of Valentine's Day goes out, and that's why it's meaningless for me.
Yeah. Me, I think imeleta a lot of expectations. Let's say last Valentine's ulicheki a certain girl or a certain couple wameenda out, and you want to the same to happen to you. You see, so you're pressurizing your boyfriend
and yourself.
Don't make a quote.
It's actually me, I agree with the quote.
Yeah,
because it's your boy.
It's
see,
your
usually,
boyfriend.
When I do gigs on Valentine's Day, because me I do banter when I perform, I usually ask them mali katikati na ulizaga, so huyo mtu mwenye umekuja naye kesho mutagostiana ama you know moja tamkafoe aende kwake, unaona, because that's what unfortunately that's what, and I feel like there was a research that was done and in the US between 2022 and I think 2023 the spending of just for that day for Valentine's has gone up by like 2 billion USD. Unaona, hii inakuonyesha yani imekuwa tu juu ya material, imekuwa more material than you know.
It also makes relationships more materialistic.
Yeah. So we should do away.
But don't you think relationships are generally materialistic?
No. Good relationships.
Let's not talk about what should be. Let's just talk about what is.
Or what is.
What is. Aren't relationships just materialistic?
It depends. If you get a wrong girlfriend or a wrong boyfriend, itakuwa materialistic.
You know, we cannot go with hatuwezi enda na exceptions to the rule. Hatuwezi enda na the minority to create the rule. But in general, what are relationships? Aren't they materialistic? Kama for example our friend here, she might expect, maybe she's had on her previous relationships, maybe amekuwa na I don't know business people, amekuwa tu akitumia flights here and there, and then now there is you mwenye
kuna wewe
sasa kuna ule alafu sasa kuna wewe
Kutuma fair.
Don't you think that she will be some kind of comparing the both of you?
Yeah, it can, and
I think it depends on her.
It depends on the person here.
I think it depends on the
because
person.
those kind of things, it comes with social media. It brings a lot of pressure.
But also I think it's vile anasema, I think it depends on like the lady and what she expects, because kama thinking about that scenario, if she has been in a relationship where anatitiwa na all the money in the world, alafu akakuona wewe you know wanaituitaga bare minimum boyfriend na amekupenda hivyo, then inamaanisha kuna kitu huko kwingine ako anapata yenye ameona kwako.
Yeah.
You get. So I think it depends on what we value in relationships,
Exactly.
in these two dates. I think it really depends.
Na kuna difference ya dating na relationship.
True.
Because if you say expectation ya relationships, you have dated for a period of time that, you know, nyi mmeona. Then now you sit down and have a serious discussion and say, I want you to be my girlfriend and I want you to be my boyfriend. These are the terms. This is how we're going to run it. Sasa ikifika kwa relationships yani kiwasumbua. But if you have not had that discussion and you are running alongside assumptions, itawasumbua.
This is why I tell you. This is why I tell you. This is why I always say this in all my episodes about nimeongelea relationship. If you want to get someone who's intellectual,
Yeah.
who's understanding,
Yeah.
who's unajua Valentine's ikifika and you know your bare minimum boyfriend haizi kuprovidea, huwezi mwambia kupeleke Dubai na unajua anayo pesa. You know that?
Yeah.
So if you have sorry, union pesa. So if you have someone who's like anajua your journey pamoja, like date, like understand the whole thing, I sioni mkisumbuana.
But
See, that's what I said.
yeah, that's what she said, and I think, okay, me now what I'm realizing is, I think Valentine's Day is meant for single people.
Yeah.
Okay, not meant for. It's meant for people in relationships, because now it has an objective to rekindle, you know,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
dating. Because
Strengthen
you know, when you're in a
the bond.
relationship, that I could date, but this is zingine ati nakupeleka. Wajua once mko na hiyo contract, wewe ndo unalipa rent, mimi ndo nazijifanya nini. Once mmekubaliana hizo vitu, saa zingine hiyo kudate unaweza kosa time.
Yeah.
Unaona, because I'm not try kujenga a home. So I think it's meant to, if it can be seen like this, to rekindle that.
The spice.
Yeah.
Kuweka the spice.
But unfortunately, as vile amesema, if we talk about what is, not what it's meant to be, I would say most people who participate in Valentine's are single. Yeah.
That shoots us to the next question. How do single people experience Valentine's?
On a very
Simple.
different aspect.
Mwanaume, pesa, usherati.
How do they experience this?
I think tunafaa ku distinguish, tunafaa ku divide single people into two categories. Single people, the bare minimums, na single people with money. Single people with money have a lot of ways to celebrate Valentine's. And sisi wote tunajua. Goes without mention.
And then
there is
bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimums. I guess all they have to do is kukaa, bora make sure amekaa kwa wifi. Kazi ni kuangalia status za watu and Instagram stories na
Comments.
kusema wow.
Recommend.
Juu I don't know. Being single without money, and because for you to attract a lady, first of all, you need to look some type of way. Unajua. Mademu tuambia, oh, I'm looking for a charming person, I'm looking for a funny person. Kwa nini wewe hujaenda this guy might be funny right here, but why aren't you not with him? Because you are looking for other things up other than that. So the way you appear, first of all, will determine how you attract ladies, and money is most of the time tunaitanga sabuni.
Na agree na wewe.
Pesa inakuosha safi sana, and most women will just, not because you have money, but the way you just appear.
Alright, so I think Valentine's, I think the question should be, Valentine's is what was the question? Important to not to single people, but rather to single men. Because I feel like if you're a single man and uko na pesa, uta experience a very different format ya Valentine. If you're a single man and hauna pesa, very different format. But if you're a lady, whether you're single, whether you're broke or you have money, lazima tu utakuwa na form. Ladies, lazima uwe na form. See, Valentine, if you're a lady and you're not celebrating Valentine, it's by choice.
Yeah.
It's by choice.
because I know someone has invited you somewhere to do something. But if you're a man,
But if someone has not invited you anywhere, makosa si yako. Don't feel bad.
you're fearfully and wonderfully made. And
Just put yourself out there a little bit more.
Kidogo tu. Eka effort kidogo.
Good.
But yeah,
And how has Valentine's matured in this from like 21 hadi sahi? How has it matured?
Mimi, the first time I can recall Valentine's was in class 8. I was in primary. Nikiwa mdogo, sikumbuki, maybe it was there, I'm sure, but haikuwa inakuja kwa akili yetu. Unajua it's the same thing with whereby unanunua the black Air Force viatu. You've never seen anyone with it. Wewe umeenda kwa duka, umeona hiyo kiatu imekufurahisha, you have bought it. And then immediately you have bought it, you start seeing everybody with it. You start wondering kwani watu walikuwa wanangoja ninunue ndio wanunue, but unapata hata ya mwingine ni mzee. So it's the same thing. I guess it was there, I just didn't know it. So the first time I knew I was in primary in class 8. Now what was happening then, from what I can understand, is very different from what's happening now. Hiyo time ilikuwa nakumbuka mimi with my little girlfriend in class 8. We exchanged some biscuits. Aliniletea akaniletea sijui zile Big Daddies, unajua ile lollipop. Mimi aliniletea, mimi pia nikampe. Bro, so tulipatiana, it was an equal exchange. But what I can see right now is it's not really an equal exchange. It's more bended towards the man supplying to the woman. That's how, in my opinion, Valentine's may evolve.
and not only that, but also the sense of commercialization, which we've discussed.
Yeah.
Because nikiwa high school, mimi, there's a boy. We were boys, so I hope Kata on high school offended. There's a boy, alijitolea, akatafuta. Tulikuwa Mumias, Western Kenya. This boy alitafuta roses, chocolates, etc ABCD, akapea demo wake.
Bros committed.
We were in form 3. Tukiingia form 4, akona mtu mwingine. So when I saw that, I wondered, but alifeel pressure, and it was not worth it, because to impress, and it was not worth it, which is now my perception of what Valentine's is becoming. It's losing, in as much as my personal opinion is that it's meaningless. That little meaning that people have attached to it, hata hiyo inapotea, because vile anasema si tukiwa watoi, it was so different. Valentine's ilikuwa for the adults. Because we didn't even, what did we understand? Sahi niko sure primary school kuna mtu class 6,
they know CBC,
anapelekea ameiba sijui nini mkate, ama sijui ameiba nini, amepelekea demu yake kumwambia ni this is for you, you get. Na mimi I'm here, and as we continue, and like I said, the research that was done in the US, in 1 year, Valentine's people had invested plus 2 billion in 1 year. So you can imagine 2023 to 24 to 25, yani inaenda iki increase.
So I think from this point forward, in a few years, hatutakuwa na need ya kukuwa na girlfriends day, women's day, Valentine's day. It should just be combined with the same thing, because it's the same thing that people expect it of, unajua, like gifting women, appreciating women, because Valentine's Day should be a lover's day, unajua. Nimeona imetrend actually. There was a video done on TikTok that msichana uliza dem, wewe what should your boyfriend expect from you on Valentine's? Most of them were saying hakuna love, hakuna. I think I should expect love from you every day. Every day. So what is special about this day? You should have something special to give. If you don't have anything special to give, then me on the other end, I don't expect anything from me.
But I like you said, we wish ingekuwa hivyo.
We wish
But it is not.
But it's not, because you're right. It's heavily on the man side. to do something for Valentine's. That's what I'm saying. If you're a single man and you're broke, wewe Valentine itapita tu kama any other Monday or Wednesday, But if you're a single lady and you're broke, you hakuna
You'll get
utakosa for.
treated.
It's something will happen.
In fact, it might even be better. You might have better opportunities because
Very true.
boyfriend yako might be limited to a certain
You're
amount
very right.
of opportunities and money.
Yeah.
But unajua huku kwingine there's
Kuna
bigger
plenty.
and better fish in the
Other
sea.
brothers.
But me I would urge you people to change your ways. Mazee, unajua msi attach Valentine's na usherati. Mazee mwache hiyo tabia mazee.
Let's just be a genuine day.
Manze yani ama mgoje muone ndo mcelebrate Valentine's manze.
What's your view on how Valentine's has evolved?
Well, I think more people, especially na hii generation yetu, they want to be seen, so they have to show effort in doing things. So like me see okay, the way they're saying vile wamesema women will always benefit, but there's a rare benefit for men, but you're advantaged if you have money. Well, misioni juu. Okay, it's not that in a dispute. I agree, but I have like a different lens to see it. Juu Valentine's is for a couple, for couples. So it's a lover's day. It's a day that you show your person what brought you two together. Sasa, if you're putting emphasis on like women getting more, it's because it is the society's norm and expectation for the man to be a provider. So effort ndo inaonekana mingi sana inatoka kwao because they are providers. But on the other hand, mi sioni kama they lack a lot. If you
From that
truly,
perspective, actually.
if you truly celebrate it.
But I agree. Just because you said Valentine's is meant for a couple, like a real couple,
Yeah, like
not a couple of people. I'm person A, you're person B. Let's go have Valentine's, then do sherati.
Yeah.
It's not for you. In
That's
case
not
that's
Valentine's.
That's not
Hiyo ni kitu ingine.
Please change your ways. That's
Change
not
your ways.
Valentine's. But if like you said, if you in a marriage and you guys have that day to just watoi
show each
wa babysitiwe pelekane,
This is
that makes
your
sense.
time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think it's not really approached through giving, always giving materialistic. People have a wide aspect of perspectives of love languages. Kuna mtu
Hapo ndo unasemanga love me through my love languages.
you have to. The people who really don't care as much, ukimpea gifts na nini jewelries, buy her a Birkin, she won't Birkin, hawezi mind. But if you talk to her,
Food.
yeah, ukimpikia, like men like being cooked for. If you what, kuna love languages kadhaa. So you have to go around to see what your partner likes, what she or he doesn't like, and make it special and a little bit sentimental for them. Yeah.
Tafadhali Valentine's ikuwe ya watu wako kwa relationship.
Umeinsist.
Tafadhali. Emphasis.
Nyi wengine mnatuharibia.
So what impact does Valentine's have in relationships? Like usipokuwa gifted, usipokuwa recognized as a guy or a lady, what impact does it show in relationships?
You know where you stand.
You just know.
Yeah, you know where you stand.
Well, though I don't know. I would say it's relative.
Yeah, it is.
Because if you are look at naiangalia from a context ya relationship, then I feel like Valentine's Day, if in the context of a relationship, I feel like it should be to reignite to that
Kaspark.
kama ni, so if you don't do something for Valentine's, if you're in a relationship, I think you should. you should do
Yeah.
something for
Yeah, you
Valentine's.
should.
hata kama si materialistic.
Hata kama si
Yeah.
materialistic.
So ndio
The
nimesema
problem-
you are-
the
you
problem
are
comes
attached
whereby
to
You
love
guys
language.
talk,
Mm.
go watch a movie.
Shida
Exactly.
inatokea hapa mahali Ed alikuwa amesema it raises expectation. Unajua Valentine's comes with expectations. Mimi naweza expect dem yangu afanye something, dem yangu anaweza expect mimi nifanye something, and then I end up not doing that. Unajua, so after which itakuwa itamwacha with a certain mindset ama a certain perspective that
This guy is not serious.
this cause sasa yeye alikuwa na this, because if you have umesema in a relationship, kama you're in a relationship, then you know your partner's limits, what they can do, what they can't do. So wewe umejua your partner can do this, so you are expecting at least something of that sort.
Yeah.
And then they don't do that thing, unaona. It will leave you with a certain mindset ama perspective ama a weird look with at your partner yenye haikukuwa before. No.
I feel like you apply kwa superficial relationships.
Yeah.
Relationships za one night stand. Juu unajua, for example, if you're a lady and there's this guy you've been courting and you guys have been going out, and this guy is probably going out with other ladies, you may or may not know. And on Valentine's Day you're not called. You just know, okay, so he's probably out with someone else.
Options.
So that's a superficial relationship. That's
Yeah.
not like because I feel like in a relationship that's a real relationship and you guys understand each other, then there's that allowance ya understanding. Kuna hiyo allowance ya maze job imenishika,
Yeah.
wacha tu postpone tufanye weekend, unaona. Ama kuna na feel okay, maybe I'm wishful thinking, but I feel like in a realistic good relationship that's what happens. But come on, so this is how you know your relationship is superficial, is where now expectations are not met, because in a real relationship it's very hard to not meet expectations. You kind of know each other and you know mse akikosa kudeliver on ABCD si kupenda kwake,
Kuna vile atacompensate.
na kuna vile ata compensate, but kama amekosa kudeliver na umecatch feelings, then jua look for someone else.
So that's very
Nakwambia,
true.
you know where you stand.
Exactly.
At that
Yeah.
point, yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing, we are in a talking stage. Do you deserve a Valentine?
Talking stage ni winner.
Do those people deserve Valentines? Okay, let's say you want to play your A game.
What I'll say
No.
is, no, because if you're in a talking stage and you do Valentine's, you'll probably have sex that evening,
Yeah.
and that will just make things more confused.
Itakuwa situation.
So don't Valentine's.
Sex does not help.
Sex confuses.
help aje.
Sex confuses things. Well, labda umeona yuni potential husband kitandani ngo staki tena, unaona. Ingekuwa better kama mngesema let's save ourselves for marriage. Ndio by the time una realize aju kucheza kitandani, you've committed yourself in public.
But don't
you're
you
married.
think that is setting yourself up, kwa sababu hiyo ni kama kununua gari yenye hujapeleka road test.
No, because okay, I'm very traditional person.
Isn't that right?
Personally, I'm very traditional. Very traditional. It's a problem. I do believe I would want to live in a world where sex is hard after marriage, because marriage is not about sex, which unfortunately most of our relationships are founded from sex.
Yeah, true.
And most of evenings of Valentine's end up in sex. So you go out with someone who looks nice, you look nice, you go out, you have a good time, go and have sex, and it's good sex, and now you're like, this is the man of my dreams, and he's like, this is the woman of my dreams. Alafu unapata partner yako is the most toxic person in the world.
And equally yoked couple.
So now unaona this sex has just confused things further, you know.
Unaanza
So
kugostiana.
if you're in the talking stage, I think it's very
Avoid.
dangerous for you to go to Valentine's.
With that person.
Ama if you go to ukienda Valentine's, usiku ikiisha uende kwako,
Wako
aende kwake.
Mimi niko na
But it's
different
actually
niko na
it's
different
actually-
opinion.
It's actually not advisable to initiate sex early in a relationship if you're settling for a relationship.
True. If you are looking for
That's
a
why I
relationship.
was saying
If you're just horny, it's okay.
When you're dating up, tafuta wako, bas kapu.
But if you're looking for a relationship,
I have a different opinion on that. I think you should not base your relationship on sex, I agree. But sex is also a very huge part
In what
in the
sense?
relationship.
Shouldn't be.
It is.
It
In
is,
what
but it
sense?
It is.
shouldn't
In
That
what
is
sense?
the only way that people get to connect.
Hapana.
No, you can say, okay, you might want to sit here and be politically correct, say I want to vibe with you, I want to nataka tukue connected, nataka to vibe. But at the end of
I
the
want to know
day,
your love language.
at the end of the day, if can a relationship survive without sex?
I
Let's
think
ask
it
that.
can.
It can. How can it?
Let me give you an
By
example.
practicing it.
You imagine a relationship where, and I'm talking about a real relationship. What defines a real relationship, I guess, ni how long umekuwa pamoja.
Yeah.
So imagine ni relationship nyinyi wazee. It's not that you just can't have sex.
You are deviating
let me-
away from
let
the
me make-
point. These people are old.
Okay.
They used to have sex when they were young.
True.
So you can't use
Okay,
them
let me
as
give you
an
a different example. Let me give you a different
Please.
example. Of you, I don't know your life, but let me say of you. There's probably someone you had sex with, na hiyo sex ilikuwa tamu sana, lakini usi mtu mlikana hivi. At the same time kuna mtu mwenye sex yake okay haikuwa as good but haikuwa mbaya, iko tu sawa but uni mse unaweza kana naye, si ndio? Trust you me, you will not pick the good sex. You will not pick the better sex. You'll pick the person who sex is standard, it's okay sex, but you can stay with this person. You can have a good
So
so that
the
shows
question
you
is,
that shows you that sex is not I think it's
Not
culture.
very-
Culture ndo imefanya sex ikae such a big. Sex is overrated in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
Sex
A
is
lot.
very much because music videos, sex.
Because right
Yeah,
now,
sex, everywhere sex.
you can get sex anywhere.
Yeah.
depends, but
Anywhere.
You
That's
can
not
get
the
good
point.
sex
Eh.
anywhere.
Let's get back to Valentine.
So the point is but on his point, the point is sex, I believe, is a very small. It should be. It's not. That's where now I can agree with you. It's not. That's not the way it is. But it should be a very small aspect of what defines a good relationship.
so can you be in that same relationship where mna vibe and I don't know, mnasaidiana in every other aspect you might mention, but there's no sex?
So think about it like this. Let me use myself an example. If I were to get a wife, mwenye ananisaidia kujenga career yangu, mwenye najua this is going to be a good mother to my children, mwenye anaelewana na familia yangu, mwenye anapika vizuri, mwenye ananipea amani, but maybe hapendi sex ama hiyo si priority for her, mimi nitakaa na huyo mwanamke.
But won't you be tempted?
Of course I'll be
Later on.
tempted.
If you like
What will you
someone,
do about
lazima
it?
kukuwe na
Of course I'll be
sexual
tempted.
attraction.
So I'll do one of two things. If the qualities that she has that I like about her are not very valuable to me, because they are valuable, but if they are not valuable to me, because this is a good woman, and this is why women cheat, because we think with our heads huku chini. Unaona? You leave a very good woman and you go and have sex with someone mi siwezi kaa na mwanamke. You get?
Yeah.
So already umejiharibia future, umejiharibia kitu yenye itakusaidia at the end of the day.
I know it's not part of the discussion, but I think men and women view sex very differently.
Yeah.
I think sex for men has never really been that deep. Sex for us is like a handshake. I might have sex with her and I don't even know her first name. She has to know me very well. She has to, I don't know, and scrutinizing because we are wired differently. That's not part of the argument, but I think personally for me, sex it's not the root of the relationship, but it plays. I don't ask for much in a relationship. I just ask for you to be pretty, give me peace, and give me sex. Just that. Mimi, it's that simple. So
Lord,
if
we have
kama
it.
tumesha towards the sex part and
Pretty in a piece.
pretty na piece, you are already removing the bigger chunk of the
Well, I feel
bigger
it's a
part
bigger-
of the nini.
I feel I feel it's equal actually. I like the way you move
Yeah.
it.
So
We have only short of good.
Cause unajua, I would say again, I'm sorry, it's not part of the relationship, but I would say sex is one of the things that is wrong with relationships.
Yeah.
And with true. Okay, again, I'm nimedeviate sana, but think about his situation ya femicide. this is not me blaming the victims. This is me blaming the society. Because it is very crazy. Yani, it's just stupid for you to meet a man and for you to meet a woman in a club one night, and on that same night, you are in the same room together. You don't know this woman, you don't know this man. Umadhe labda amekupangia njama, utafika pale upigwe ngeta na wasi. Umse ataenda akuue juu a small misunderstanding. Hujui umse. Alafu umse amelewa, ametoka club umelewa. You get? But that's the situation. That's what happens. And it happens because of sex. So if we were to prioritize sex less, if you were to say, okay, fine, I'll meet someone in the club. That's where you want to meet your future husband. It's okay. You meet them in the club. But mnyime for the longest time. Mnyime tu akae tu akitaka. Umemvalia kale ka shorts like unamwambia no, I'm not ready. Mnyime. But that might actually become a relationship.
Yeah.
But immediately and you're right. We men, we think sex is like that, like a handshake.
Yeah.
That's how it is, but that's not how it should be.
Yeah. Allow me to cut you guys short to talk about
I'm
topic.
sorry.
Let's go back to Valentine. So, I think hata karibu tunamaliza.
Sex.
I think Yoni, it's a very critical thing to talk about.
Yeah, it's I
Because
think
it holds a lot.
it holds a lot. So, a question now to those guys who are not dating. Those guys who are not dating. The question is, how do individuals cope with Valentine's? Your Valentine's Day, how do they cope with it? The loneliness. Do they feel lonely? Vitu kama hizo. How do you?
In my opinion,
yes.
in my
Define
opinion,
dating kwanza.
eh?
Define dating.
Dating
kwanza.
is kama couple.
Or just for that day,
Yeah.
or
As in we've been dating, alafu tuna celebrate hiyo siku 14th Valentine's. So what happens to these
others.
Oh,
the
others.
single guys?
I think in my opinion, for men, if you can do a survey right now, you can ask 10 random men, does Valentine's really matter to you?
Comment below. Comment.
Actually, yes. Mwache comments hapo chini. Let us know if you are a man. Does Valentine's really mean? Let's call a spade a spade. Wacha tuache kusugarcoat. Do you really care about Valentine's?
Tuanze na wewe.
Personally, I don't.
Okay.
It means nothing to me. But it means something to me because
Umekuwa controversial.
no. Just listen.
Okay.
For me personally, means nothing. But it will have to mean something to me because now I'm dating, and it means something to the person that I'm dating.
Yeah.
So for her to feel special, I also have to care so that I can
Yeah.
produce.
But
the
if you are not dating,
yes. But if I'm not
Yeah,
dating,
it doesn't-
for a
it
man, I
shouldn't
wouldn't
matter.
care. Itapita kama
Yeah,
siku
it
ingine,
should
like a
matter.
random Tuesday.
that's very interesting.
But if-
Because-
But for a woman, to finish my
Aye.
point, for a woman, I think kama ako
It means a
single,
lot,
ataput out there that she's okay, but deep down, deep within, atakuwa na tamani kuishi. Like maybe ameona some of her friends wamepelekwa with their boyfriends
Chocolates.
somewhere,
Roses,
chocolates, anapost
glitters.
hata maybe pictures za wenyewe, za gift.
dangerous.
So it might
yeah.
disturb a woman a little, but for men generally, a lot of men wouldn't
I
mind.
agree.
Yeah, I agree. You're not wrong. Because if you're in a relationship with someone, you have to show care. So kama kuna kitu anapenda ama anataka, you have to show concern in that direction towards her. So yeah.
But I agree with him strongly hapo kwa I napenda vile me bring out. If you're a man and you have no one, just like any other day.
Yeah.
But if you're a man and you have someone, then you have to do something because now you understand it's
Yeah,
not for me,
exactly.
it's for her.
For her.
Because for ladies, I think I would actually say Valentine's is more of a feminine
Thing.
holiday than a male thing.
Yeah. So the last question: how can we redefine or reimagine Valentine's? Tukiendelea kuishi or starting this Valentine's that's coming?
Watu tuache usherati.
Yeah.
Ameinsist sana hapa.
Bana mnyini wa sherati ba.
Alifanyiwa nini bro? Who hurt it?
Well, I'm saying watu, but I'm in watu. Yani, I think we should change our perspective on the day. I feel like because you see, for someone like me, I am a very logical thinker, and from vile tumeanza hii discussion distinguish that Valentine's, the saint who died for his faith, and whose name we tulieka kwa hiji siku has nothing to do with what we are practicing.
Yeah.
It's like celebrating Christmas with Santa Claus. Unajua sasa hapo kidogo umetuchanganya. Santa Claus ni nani? Alikuwa wapi kwa Biblia? Ni Christmas ya Yesu, a story for another day. But it's the same thing, So I would say we should go to attach meaning to what
makes sense.
Yeah, what makes sense. If you want it to be a day for lovers to do something, then let it be less about sex. Let it be more about intimacy. Let it be more about
celebrating each other.
Yeah.
Like kama kuna dem amekuwa akikunyima date, hiyo ndo siku unajua atakupea date, na hiyo dem pia anajua, na anajua with that first experience you guys will get to know each other better, which is the onset of any relationship.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
Another thing is what I want to put it out there ni we should be okay with rejection on this day.
Yeah.
If you ask someone out na hataki, you should be okay with the rejection.
Yeah.
Mostly my brothers men, we should be okay with being told no on this day. Even girls.
Actually more girls than men,
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay.
Because for a man ni bet, ni odds. Yani mimi niko na pesa, nataka tabia mbaya leo usiku. Nataka tabia mbaya na huyu. So uyele kumejipanga. Huyu akikata, maybe niko na plan B. Kama una plan B, baki tu home, watch movie or relax. I feel it might mean less to a man than to a woman. If a woman is rejected, I feel another feel vibaya. But ladies, you're all beautiful. Me have not met an ugly lady yet. Kindly, if you're ugly, look for me. I want to see you, because I'm not not in my life. I've never met an ugly lady. I believe only, especially African women, you're so beautiful.
Pretty, yeah.
So no matter how wakikata kupeleka date ama ukijipata uko peke yako, relax, uko sawa.
Yeah, so final moments about the topic. We should start with the union.
This was a nice one. We've now put importance and emphasis on what Valentine means, what are the expectations, and who it's made for. So yeah, it was a nice one. I liked it. And then emphasis on the couples thing. Yeah. So if you're in a situationship with someone, lower your expectations on that person on Valentine's. If
Talking
you're
stage.
Talking stage. If you're in a talking stage,
Tawi.
and you're talking stage until you have a conversation to settle into a relationship with the individual. And for people in committed relationships, show up for your person. In the ways that you can.
Mwache ushera. But I would say let's take time to understand what love is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's the root of everything anyway.
Definitely.
Let it be about love. Because hata ndio watu wako inspired to name Valentines after Saint Valentine's. The things he did was they were acts of love.
Yeah.
Not relationship, not like erotic love, not love ya ingoje ya mapenzi ya mwanaume mwanamke, not that kind of love, but the acts of love. And I feel like that's why they dubbed that day that. And so Valentine's should be a day of love, not relationships, not usherati, love.
For me, I'd there's a wish to that Valentine's irudi vile ilikuwa kitambo, and if not, because sisi wote there is no definition. Okay, there's a definition of love, yes, but different people consume love differently. Loving mimi nikikupenda wewe, it's not the same way I can love someone else. Wewe mtu anaweza kununulia gari, you might not consider it love, but for another person they might consider it a very huge show of love. So mimi, for people that are dating, see what we are talking stage, for people that are dating, I think know what your partner sees as love, na manifest hiyo ikifika siku ya Valentines. Don't just go around guessing things. Don't usione vitu kwa social media and think that your partner will love it. Learn your partner and then now do things accordingly.
Yeah.
If I'm allowed to, najua lakini acha tu niongeze kitu moja kwa hiyo. I like what you said, and though me I do believe that there's a universal love. Ile yenye unajua tu ni love, yani, you know, and I feel like that's what, when I said understand love, I think that's what people should strive to understand, because like what he said, you'll come to understand that love is more about intention than action. Mtu anaweza kununulia gari kesho akuwe. Mtu anaweza kupeleka kwa anakupeleka Magis, but uni mse mwenye kwa akili yake amepanga kukuoa na kukupea the best life na kufanya.
Shout out to Magis.
Shout out to Magis. Magis to our love. So yeah, I feel like there is a universal kuna love yenye unajua tu ni love. So usiangalie action sana, angalie intention. Watu wapelekane dates na roses na nini, but wewe jiulize
intention.
Intention ni nini?
Yeah. So my
to add on that, understand your person, ndio msipeane pressure. Yeah, exactly. Emphasis on that if you are in committed relationships. Yeah,
so my last parting shot is kuna wale watu wanapatiana guidelines ikifikanga Valentines, unapata manzi or a guy anakuandikia list, I need an iPhone nini anakuambia sasa usiponipatia this, sadly the relationship has to it has to end. Yeah, so we see, let these things come from the heart. Unaona? So an incident that happened juzi unapata like I bought you some things nini, alafu ikifika hii siku tuna depart unazitaka tena.
Ilikuwa happen ya pole bro.
Si mimi.
Umesema
deeply happen Tuesday wazari nikaona nafanya hivi nikasema ndugu yangu niko hapa, mbona ukuniambia tungeongea.
So what I really want you guys to understand the day. Na usijipatie pressure mingi. Kama unaweza patia dem chocolate, nunua socks, kubali. It's appreciating, sindio? Yeah, so I think
umesahau wale wanaume wenye wanataka kuonekana kama providers, so you overpromise and
deliver. Overpromising.
That is a problem.
Yeah, it's a problem. Usi overpromise.
Yeah.
Alafu now we want to shout out to our fantastic team pale nyuma Fedzak Studios, na msikia amefungua studio.
Hey.
We want watu waendelee kwenda mbele. It's good for the team. Nominate him for the Eldoret Awards, something like that. Also I want to give a shout out to Billion Stroke Production, also Tito Creation, also to one of our partners Johnny Saya and Kalista Band, and mjafungua vitu bado. Yeah, so thank you so much, and see you on the next episode.
God bless.
Bye.
Ay.